Right then folks, welcome back to the Jesan CB950 hand portable. This is the receive side of the video. So we always do the transmit first and then we move on to the receive. Now, in between the two and not recording, I've been looking at the display snag with this radio, and I've stripped a lot down and I've unsoldered things and put them back together. So, what we're going to do, the first fault reported by the customer is that the radio is muffled and quiet. So what we're going to do is just set the detector, which I believe to be the adjustment there, which is the white one. Now I've got no proof of that because it's not clear on the radio which coil is which. Now we're going to have to connect the test set to the earphone socket, and the earphone socket happens to be there. And there we are, we're now coming through the test instruments and I can see the output on the oscilloscope. So we're now looking for maximum recovered audio with a 100 microvolt signal and see what we get. No, actually it wasn't far out, so that can't be the case. It's also possible there's debris in the speaker which is glued in. I can always unglue that and check for debris in the speaker, so that's something else we'll do. Right, I'll drop the signal down to 1 microvolt. We'll just release the squelch. Well, would if we could do that. We'll see why we can't do that off video. So we found out why I couldn't reduce the squelch, and that's because I'd interfered with that adjustment RV2, which turns out to be preset squelch. So we've learned that that's preset squelch. So that's 1 microvolt, which you're listening to. So we'll just run through the receiver. Presumably that's receive. I've got this set up to a synod meter. And that's brought about a small improvement. Don't know if we can hear that. It's 0.7 of a microvolt. It's probably about what you'd expect. We'll just run through these again off video. Okay, so back on to record. So, what have we got? Well, can hear it down to 0.5, so you know that's fair enough, isn't it? Right, we'll do this squelch. So I've just guessed the position. So we'll set the squelch for threshold, switch the signal generator back on. It's coming at 1 microvolt. Now I'll set the squelch to full. And it never comes in, so that's not very good. So we'll do that test again. Switch the signal generator off, set the squelch to threshold, switch the signal generator back on, and that comes in fine. Set the squelch to full, and it comes in about S9, it's about 100 microvolts. So just back that off a fraction. It's a bit finicky, this. Right, we'll try once again. Switch the signal generator off. Set the squelch. Switch the generator back on. It's in at 1 microvolt. Switch the squelch to full. It's in at 100 microvolts. So that's about the best compromise we can get, because we don't know where that was with me messing about with it earlier. Right, it's 100 microvolts. Where's that supposed to be on the display? Let's have a look at the thing. Well, it's actually supposed to be the third light, and the third light is lighting. So we've put 100 microvolts on the signal generator, and that's got to be whichever RV number that is. So we'll just get the appropriate tool and see whether we can adjust that. We can. So that's the correct one. So I'll make a note on my sheet that that is RX meter. There we go. So that is all done. Right, we'll put it back together and then I'll put the video back on to record. So in conclusion, well, if I can find the squelch control, we had on the right hand digit, we had 2 bars which were out. We got the lower one, and I went through it for dry joints, cleaned it all up with isopropyl alcohol, and that's come back permanently. But flexing the board, and we could make the left hand digit, which is referred to here. This is the manufacturer's data sheet on this type of display, which you can't get anymore, and it's E, so it's digit 2E. Digit 2E is pin number 7. Pin number 7 is next to the last one from left to right. And what I've ended up doing is putting a wire link between where it comes from the rotary switch to the resistor there, which feeds that pin. Now when you look, the printed circuit board tracer goes, I'll just zoom in so you can just see this a bit better. The PCB trace goes near that mounting screw. Now although I can't see a crack even with glasses and a magnifying glass, now flexing the board any way I want and the digit stays put. So I think that's the lasting cure. I don't like putting wire links in, but it's 35 years old. This is what happens, and let's hope that's a permanent fix. So that can go back to the customer. I'm going to do our set exactly the same, but in a ropier condition, and then we'll do an on-the-air test when Mr. Chippy comes at the weekend, and we'll do the customer set and our set back to back. And we may manage to put a camcorder in Mr. Chippy's car like we did with the Murphy base station. So thank you for watching. This is the Jesan CB950 4-watt hand portable. Thank you.